Sloane, wind back the clock. For you personally, what a performance. How'd you feel out there?
No, pretty good. I've felt pretty good since I've returned, actually. Yeah, it's just nice to be, as I've said all along, it's nice to be back out there playing some footy. I've missed my fair share the last couple of years, and just to be able to help this group and just help this young group out. I've just been really enjoying it. So yeah, it was nice to get an away win too.
30 touches as well, and you looked just really tough and solid around the contest, mate. What were some of the more pleasing aspects for you personally?
I think just the way we gritted out a win. I think going down there, playing Hawthorn, we haven't won there for years. We knew it was always going to be a solid game, and I think I was chatting to Veeps before, but the numbers was one of the highest pressure games, I think, this year, and one of the highest stoppage games as well. So just be able to grind it out, a win in solid contested conditions, I think that shows a bit of maturity from our group. Did you get a chance to watch yesterday at all? Yeah, I did. Yeah. What did you think? Yeah, it was awesome. Great finish. Both teams in ripping form, and yeah, it was a funny game where momentum sort of ebbed and flowed a bit, and Collingwood certainly finished strong. So how do you prepare for that? It's always nice watching that game. I just think I've always just loved watching the Anzac Day clash. But I suppose the older you get, you sort of watch it with a bit more interest and how teams set up. But for us, I mean, there were some things we let ourselves down with on the weekend, and where we've been really consistent in. So it's about making sure we step back up and play the footy that we want to play.
What is the biggest change you've seen from the team in being back out there now to when you did your knee 12 months ago?
I think it's just the experience and the balance we've got in there. We had a lot of young guys probably trying to bear the load a bit the last couple of years, and to have some experience in and around those boys and for those guys, Josh Rochelle, Saligo, even Bartsy, all our young guys just have a bit more experience, another year's experience, they're just better off for it.
How is the knee actually feeling?
Yeah, really good. I managed to return, I think, just after about nine months, and I think it was a year ago to the day last week, and yeah, it feels really good.
Did you do anything on the day to mark the account?
I didn't even know, actually. Belinda, my wife, reminded me. She's like, she must have had a memory pop up or something. She said, "You were in surgery last year." And I was like, sweet, let's move on. It's funny, when you do, for some reason, the knees are the only injuries that people continue to ask how they're feeling afterwards, and I'm like, that was an injury. I've moved on now.
Who's got the best tank at Adelaide, endurance-wise?
There's a few boys. If you put Chase Jones, Riley O'Brien, a couple of big boys, Riley Thilthorpe, Lockie Scholl together, I reckon those three or four.
Out of those four, the two big men are probably unlikely. Which one of the other two? Or
you don't think Rob will go to Dacos? I thought that question was coming. Yeah, we might not give that one a big bird, I don't think. G's in some form, isn't he? He's great to watch. He works hard, really works hard. I've loved watching him play, actually. So that'll definitely be something we talk about later in the week when we do our oppo.
What is it about him, Rory?
Watching yesterday, I love his just work ethic, just his ability to get to contests, and he's obviously got some class with the ball as well.
Do they set him up like it's almost, you're talking like Chris Judd areas, it's unheard of almost for a second year player to have as much impact. Are you able to share like how a player can do that?
I'm not sure. Obviously, I haven't spent much time around him, but just watching, I mean, you need to have some talent clearly, and he's got an abundance of that, and you've got to be able to work hard. And I reckon I say that to most young aspiring footballers, if you can work hard and keep developing that talent, you're normally in a pretty good spot. But it seems like he's found a little formula. I mean, I don't think I've ever had 40 touches, so yeah, he's killing it.
Is it too simple to say if you shut down Nick, you can win the game? Is that too basic?
Collingwood play an unbelievable brand of just team football. They've been a team we've watched end of last year and watched pretty closely this year, but yeah, their ability to defend as a team and work as a unit is outstanding, so we've got a lot of respect for them.
You've spoken before about soaking everything up since you've been back out there. What has it been like to be part of this re-energised group and getting some of those wins, like the showdown win, like the one on the weekend, the comeback?
Personally, to be back out and just in front of crowds and being able to have an impact out there and sharing those moments has just been, it's been unbelievable. I've loved it. I think this group's really hungry now. No, I don't think. I know this group's really hungry, and that's that's certainly been a mindset shift over the pre-season and the start of this year. And yeah, we know we didn't quite play the type of footy we wanted to on the weekend, but we got to win, and Hawthorn were outstanding with their pressure. So we ground out a win, and we just want to build that consistency because we know that's what's let us down the last couple of years.
Have you found yourself just out there soaking it up a little bit more, looking around and just taking it all in?
Yeah, definitely. I make sure I do it. I have a couple of moments each game where I just look around and enjoy the energy of the crowd.
So further to that, what's it like mentally then when you come in on a Monday and you're with a group now that's starting to win, that's sitting sort of 5th place, as opposed to the last couple of years when it was, finishing in the mid-teens? How does it feel from a mood-wise when you rock in and the group's up and about?
Yeah, good. I mean, we've tried to be really consistent with how we've reviewed our games too, to make sure we're reviewing the same stuff most weeks, how we want to play, how we want to defend and how we want to move the ball. And I feel like the group's thriving off that. And I mean, it's always, whether you win, lose, draw, we try and keep the energy up in here because it's a great place, a great environment to come and work in.
Have you done your review for the horse game?
Yep, we've touched on it. Yep, we'll touch off on some lines later too.
What do you think the biggest learning was? That you can probably implement for the Collingwood game?
Well, as I said, the pressure was outstanding. It'd be a great lead-in for the Collingwood game. But for us, it's just our ability just to make sure we continue to get our structures right and the things that we're in control of right.
What has not being captain done for you, and what has it been like in general?
Not much really has changed. Yeah, I've always been big on you don't need a title to lead, and that's something I think I've certainly seen from Tex, and that's been a focus that he's certainly had since he stepped down as captain. He's once a captain, always a captain for the big fella, and I've loved what he's done over the last few years, and his leadership's never wavered. So that'll be the same focus for me. Is continue to do the same things that I did when I was skipper, because I mean, it can be a great strength for us to have Tex, myself and Dorsey out there, all the skippers really.
Has it freed you up a little bit? A few less meetings, a few less requests?
Probably a couple less requests. I was chatting to Dorsey about that the other day. I said, look, if Reece keeps hassling you, just tell him to nick off for a bit, buddy. Yeah, so there's been a couple less. I don't see Reece as much, so yeah, it's a bad thing. Good thing, bad thing? I don't know, I love Reece.
What about 2024, mate? When do you think you'll make a decision as to where that fits in?
Decision won't be in my hands, I don't think. I mean, I've always said this, I'll play until they kick me out of this joint. I love playing football. And at the moment, my focus is just to enjoy my footy and have fun out there because I missed far too much the last couple of years to worry about what's next.
When do you suspect that discussion will be had?
Judging off previous years, probably later in the year, I suppose, as they normally go for most senior players.
Does it give you renewed confidence, mate, or any further belief, given your performance recently, that 2024 is easily within touching distance?
I have not put too much focus in on it, Theo. The focus for me was get back playing footy, enjoy playing with this group, help this group keep developing, and then just enjoy that whole time. So at the moment, I think I've been doing it. I'm smiling, I'm enjoying myself, and yeah, let's keep rolling.
With the situation of the team as well, the growth and the positivity, will that drive you a little bit further to play on?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can see the growth already that we've had this year, and I suspect just with the demographic of our list, that'll keep going for the next couple of years.
Just a couple for you, Sloane. Unfortunate death of a young footballer on the weekend, Antonio. The idea of a concussion passport's been thrown around to keep track of young players' concussions throughout their playing days, moving from club to club. Would you support that idea, particularly at junior level?
More so for Antonio's family. I just want to reach out and say we're thinking of you. That we certainly spoke about that a bit as a group and as players, and it's something we just don't want to see ever in football at any level. Concussions. I mean, we know how Cedo's coping. We've seen it firsthand the last couple of years what it's done to people, and it's something I would urge people to take very seriously. I know we're at the elite side of it, where you get the best medical help, but I would urge people, don't try not, just take it seriously. Rest your body, rest your head, because there's a lot going on inside there. So look after yourselves and each other too. Sometimes your mate might need a hand, might need a tap on the shoulder, might need that love and support just to pull them aside and make sure they're all right.
And just one for Tasmania. You just played down there, obviously. Expected to get a funding announcement today or this week on the new stadium. Just where do you sit on Tassie getting a team? Positive? You think it's a positive for the league? And also, having seen the redevelopment of Adelaide Oval, what kind of impact does the new stadium have?
I mean, you guys have seen firsthand what Adelaide Oval's done for South Australia. It's been huge for the whole city. More teams in the AFL, the better. The more games. I'd push for more games too. I'd play a 30-game season. I love playing football, so more games are better, more teams. I can only say that as a positive.